We must understand clearly when we talk about capitalism, who are the capitalists? As if we understand that there are only a few people who own and control the means of production in the society, then we begin to understand that there are a few capitalists. And these capitalists exploit everybody because everybody works for them. Everybody sells their labor to them. Thus you find brothers and sisters even selling dope to their brothers and sisters to make money. Again, because we're imbued with the philosophy of get some money. Ain't nothing wrong to kill for money. Hell, your country is napalming for money. You can certainly kill for some money. Right, just get it. Just get it. It's the overall philosophy. When we talk about revolution, we must talk about changing values. You must understand these concepts, because once you begin to understand them and master them, you will see the inevitability of revolution. Not only the inevitability of revolution, but you will see the inevitability of victory for the struggling masses around the world once you understand the scientific principles of revolution. Once you understand.
Welcome back. We are here. We got Josh in the building, Jamel in the building,
yes, sir.
Erica in the building. I'm Mike Floss. We changing the name of the podcast, y'all.
Okay, yeah.
What are we changing it to?
We changing the name of the podcast to the Get the Goods podcast. Clap it up for the Get the Goods podcast.
Yes, sir.
Terrible applause.
That ain't good
We're gonna have to put some applause in.
Clap it up like you want to get the goods. Thank you.
So, and we'll see, until we get real comfortable with whatever the name of the podcast is, that's when we'll be like, yeah, this is the one.
I think this is the one.
Let's see how this one feels.
I feel it. It landed on me.
It landed on you.
And it.
Yeah, I like Goods podcast. I even like it abbreviated.
Yeah. Get
GTG.
GTG.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah,
I like
GTG is good too.
Yeah, I like that. I think we, stay here for a few months. Then I'm happy to revisit.
The name of the podcast is fluid. Okay,
Right,
you
yeah.
never know. You never know. It's a spectrum.
It is a spectrum.
But yeah, we back. We've had a big week.
Man, long week too.
Whoa.
We had a long
and an even bigger one coming. Look.
We had a long week, so let's back it up.
Mm-hmm.
First, let's start with what we seen in the news.
Okay.
Y'all got any updates? What y'all seen in the news?
I do. I can go first. So, what? Nashville has been in a space of continuously expanding surveillance. So one thing that has made this go around is this software called Fuses, where it essentially integrates all the cameras. It's essentially for the Wi-Fi nerds. It's like Skynet. You know what I'm saying? It integrates all the cameras. It allows you to update all the cameras. All those cameras record into a central place that police can monitor. It's called Fuses. They ran a test pilot. And now they're expanding the contract from now until 2027. That bill is moving through city council even as we speak.
The proposal to expand it?
Yeah, so they did a pilot.
Sponsoring it?
I can't remember, but they did a pilot. And I guess they really love the pilot, so they're going to expand it. They also consistently talk about this as a way to expand policing, but the way they talk about it is they're not really expanding policing because they equate a camera to a police officer. So they use some really insidious things to kind of sell the software, but that's moving through city council right now.
Mm-hmm. So is there are there different sides on it, or is everybody
I think there's different sides on it, but I will say I think the nuance of talking about policing and people understanding surveillance as an expansion of police, I think they take advantage of it. Also, these, whether it's Fuse, stuff like Fuses, now they're tech bros. So it's not police officers that's coming to present it. It's techie looking folks coming to talk to you about it. Yeah. So even the way it presents itself kind of has a little bit of a nuance. I think people, again, this is not a tool that will actually prevent anything. So I think people understand that. But then also people are actually afraid. So they're trying to figure out what to do. Yeah. I will say, the thing that is the scariest part about Fuses is being able to upload any camera and turn it into a facial recognition camera. That's the thing that's kind of scary about it. It used to be only certain cameras could do that because it had to be a certain type. You had a certain resolution. Now the software allows any camera to do it, so it's just really a software upload.
Yeah.
So they expanded that's moving through city council right now to expand that contract and give them more money to do it in more areas.
First reading or second reading?
It's on. So the pilot's
There's
on.
a public comment. Is it public comment or public hearing that's happening?
It's gonna be a public hearing next city. No, it's public comment next city council meeting.
Yeah.
Since it's a pilot, it's not like since they're expanding a pilot, it's not like it doesn't have to go through the traditional things.
Okay.
The other thing that is kind of wild about this is the way our local government works. If there's any expanse in policing, that takes a ordinance or a resolution going through city council. But what MNPD realized, Metro Nashville Police Department realized, is that if they title something a pilot, they don't have to go through council. They can just put it in standard operating procedures and just go with it. Especially if it's under a certain amount and it's just coming out of their reserve funds.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of how we even got involved in the pilot without people even knowing that we was involved in that pilot.
Yeah, I remember the conversation early on. I'm eager to see what the debate looks like on the council floor on Tuesday, and then I think the other piece is what folks have to say during public comment.
Yeah, and they're really using that, that fear around people looting retail, that fear thing.
Oh yeah,
that's how they really sell it to businesses, because the business ain't got to do nothing but write a privacy release form, sign a privacy release form. So it ain't really like you got to do a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's what I've been kind of keeping up with.
Word.
Yeah.
Mine is current event. Unfortunately, y'all, Mike Tyson lost.
Oh man.
He lost to Jake Paul.
Oh man.
And I was thinking about it, and I was like, how is it that we even thought a 60-year-old could
That
get
should
in a
hold
boxing
that. With a 25-year-old.
I think he's 27.
He young.
But then I was like, Mike Tyson been knocking people out for so long and had such a vicious career.
Yeah.
And we really thought that Mike Tyson at 60 years old still had hands like it was 30 years ago.
And on the scorecard, he won the first 2 rounds.
I got him winning the first 2 rounds.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, on a traditional
official
score,
one,
the official one, he run 2 rounds. I was like, did he actually win them? Or they was just like
that
such
was
an all.
we believe.
That was a shadow of Mike Tyson fighting.
Yeah. And
But
it was
nah,
also
it was bad,
interesting
though.
too, because I'm seeing the memes of Mike Tyson hugging Kamala Harris.
Oh,
Just Erica, are you
that
with us?
hurts.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing the memes of Mike Tyson hugging Kamala Harris, and I'm thinking about like the implications that was going around when Muhammad Ali was fighting, and how boxing had this political context because Ali brought that with his career.
What did Mike Tyson say about voting?
Ali brought that. I mean, I was actually gonna say
you cannot compare.
on
No.
Tyson to
Wait a minute.
Muhammad
What I'm
Ali.
saying is that they're very different.
Okay, yeah, but
Yeah.
people are
Equating the two.
politicizing something that, or what is going on?
No.
They see Mike Tyson as a hero. Is that what I'm saying? Like, what's going on?
What is going on?
Welcome back.
What I'm saying.
I've been here the whole time.
I'm saying what I've been seeing. So
I saw it too, and it looked wild.
what I'm saying is,
Come on, friends, let's heal, because that's wild.
What's wild?
what's wild?
Mike Tyson hugging Kamala Harris.
No, it is wild.
I'm sorry.
No, well, what make it wild to you?
I just, are we that down bad?
Yes.
That we looking to Mike Tyson?
Yes.
I don't know if we're looking.
Is it
I don't.
who we're
Okay.
rooting for?
Everything can't
This
be
is
a
what,
joke.
this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna
Make
say.
it a joke. 'Cause
Erica's a little triggered.
is it a joke?
I think
I think Erica's
joke. Okay,
triggered.
good.
Erica's having a
I'm
trigger
not
moment.
triggered. I'm not
Erica's having a
triggered.
trigger
I know
moment.
what I'm triggered.
What-
Thank you
what
to my
I'm saying-
therapist. I'm
what
not
I'm-
triggered.
Shout out to you.
I can just say something as wild.
If I can finish my thought.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can see it because it's a lot. Why?
It's a lot.
Please
Okay.
let it be funny.
No, it's not. It's
It's a
not
joke.
a joke.
Okay.
What I'm saying is this: there was an era where Muhammad Ali made his career have a political context. Mike Tyson has not done that.
Never.
What I'm also seeing is black people taking losses and they connecting all of their losses together.
That's weird. They are.
So
we are.
we can't take no more losses. If you black and you doing anything competitive, you gotta win, bro.
You have no choice.
You gotta win.
No choice
I don't
but
care
to
if it's a
win.
foot race in the middle of the
No,
street.
no choice but to
you
win.
gotta win.
You gotta
bro.
win. At all
we can't
costs,
lose
bro.
no more right
It ain't
now.
no losing. We out of the losing
We need a
season.
collective win.
We need
a
collective
win.
What collective win could be possible
With a S.
before the end of the year that could help, revive us?
So I'm Erica.
collective
Erica,
win.
we talked about. What did you talk about? That 11th 11 million circle thing.
Million circle.
The million circle thing. So this is what I need folks to do, right? We need a winning energy first.
That's true. That's
So
true.
every morning,
we gotta shift the atmosphere.
Yeah.
so every morning, everybody get up and make your bed up. That's one win.
That's one. That's
Okay,
real.
yeah.
Make sure you charge your phone to 100 before you walk out the door.
Look,
So you ain't gotta be.
eat some breakfast.
You got 3 wins right there.
That's
All
3.
Now, if we do that for 30 days straight, as collectively as a community,
We might set the atmosphere. The
We need a
conditions.
reset. We need a cultural reset.
yeah, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that could be the collective win.
Yes.
I'm trying to think what else could be a collective win before the end of the year.
Please tell us.
Call your mama every other day. Do
I
some
don't really
stuff.
I don't have a lot of ideas, and maybe it is something we could do together. You know, I don't know. We have a community dinner. Maybe it's volunteering to hand out turkeys.
Oh yes, please.
Turkey drive
I'm
on the
just
way.
saying no, because people are doing that. Maybe there's a collective like work we can do to it's a relationship building, but also we're supporting other community members. So maybe that's the collective win, leaning into community.
And if you win in anything right now,
Yeah.
put it up. Let
Let
us
us
see
know.
it.
Yeah.
Let us see it.
If you want something,
Spelling bee,
Yeah.
3-on-3 competition,
Yeah.
anything.
I'll let.
yeah.
We need to see a win.
we need that. We
Erica,
need that.
what's your news?
I guess speaking of win, Jalen Hurts, he won. But it was 2 black quarterbacks.
What,
so I don't know if that
who is Jalen Hurts?
He played for Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did he win?
He won the football game.
One football game. he won one
We
football
just
game.
need one win. You just need one
We'll
win
take it. However we can get it.
to get us back together. Let's see. What the mayor's office in Memphis and Shelby County came together to build out a neighborhood community safety office. Right.
Yeah.
That's a win. I think that could be a win. I'm interested in seeing what happens with it and how it could inform the work we're doing with the office of safety. So I feel like that could be a win. The other thing I'm thinking about is the wins we could be getting in like cities like Nashville and Memphis, in spite of what's going on the state and federal level, and just really leaning into like the local work to really get some points on the board, so that we can start increasing people's buy-in and community organizing and to collectively working together and building power so we can like expand it. But I think that could be that's a win.
Yeah,
and news.
And I'm curious on because unlike Memphis, Nashville, we're a metropolitan. Memphis,
Yeah.
they got 2 mayors. They got the county mayor and they got the city mayor. So I'm interested on seeing how them 2 bodies gonna work together to create one office.
That is so exciting to me.
Yeah.
I like really want to get in the weeds. I got to hit people up in Memphis and be like, help me understand this. This is like, I want to nerd out on it.
Yeah.
But also think about like, what are the people, logic models. I heard a lot of logic models last week. I'm embracing it. We're going to figure that out.
Output, inputs.
Yeah, all of that.
Assumptions.
And like what their staffing looks like, the budget. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's dope that they've been working on it for the past few months, and just seeing like how that coincides with like the varsity spending plan and what we've been doing with the Office of Youth Safety, and knowing that like across Tennessee, Black folks be going through the same thing, whether we know it or not,
Straight through
Yeah.
Tennessee.
whether we experiencing it together or not.
Straight through.
We are having similar ideas and similar experiences.
I got another piece of news that I've been watching.
What's your
It has
news?
to do with Memphis, real fast. Memphis has a supercomputer. Well, Elon Musk put a supercomputer in Memphis called XAI. That's the name of the company.
Is
It's
this a loss or a win? Because we
it's a
can't take any
supercomputer.
more
It's a
losers.
This
Losses.
is just a perspective on what's going
I'm
on.
just playing. Keep talking.
It might also
Erica
be
gonna
why.
step on a point.
No,
She
for
gonna
real.
step on
Lord
She gonna
Jesus.
step on it.
It might also have to do with why they need that neighborhood of safety, because they like Elon Musk over here running rampant over here. So it's called XAI. It's a mega supercomputer, and the computer generates so much heat that they needed to put it near the Mississippi.
Oh, my goodness.
To cool the servers down.
How much did they have to pay the city anything or the state anything? For
That's
that?
that's the part that's been interesting to me, is that they didn't have to pay the state and they didn't have to pay the city.
What?
Yeah, have
And
no
is
idea
this
how they
gonna
did it.
increase like pollution?
Pollution, all that. Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. But it's
Yeah.
been interesting how like those kind of data hub, tech hubs are popping up all over the place. And response in Memphis has been a little bit different. See, what they have been talking about is that they're going to bring 300 jobs. But what they don't talk about,
Also, 300 jobs is not a lot
but
of
what,
jobs.
and
to
also what they don't talk about is how many jobs they bring
be
in, like how
horrible
many
to
people coming,
Right.
the climate.
how many
Right,
people
yeah.
that coming with them. Like
They
them,
bring in 299. One
they put
job.
that one job.
That's how they be.
But yeah, I've been keeping up with that.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of news. It's been a lot of scary news. Trump putting together his cabinet has been frightening. We should be prepared for that.
Bro, it was somebody in the cabinet they talking about is a Russian agent.
Who is that?
What?
I can't remember which one it was, but
I
they
didn't
was
see
like,
it.
I didn't see
but
that.
they was like, they.
Hold on. I hope you not. I need. Okay.
Say the point. I want to hear it.
Say the
Do we
point.
need to provide links for proof at the bottom?
Nah, I just need. Yeah. Go ahead. Say what you say.
So they saying one of them, the same thing they was talking about with Jill Stein. You remember how they was talking about how Jill Stein had been to the Kremlin and they started trying to paint her as a Russian asset? Same thing with this appointee. They spent a lot of time in Russia, a lot of time in Moscow.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Hold on, you found it?
Yeah.
That was true.
They didn't say she was a Russian
Hold on,
agent.
that was true?
Jamel, saying you an
That
agent.
was true?
No, Jamel.
What is she? A Russian provocateur?
No, that's not what they said.
All right, let's
double
provide.
agent?
Let's provide.
Okay.
I
What
forgot
is
to
she,
do
Erica?
this. I forgot to do this in the beginning of the pod. We do not claim to be perfect.
No.
We do not claim to have all the answers.
Erica does.
We do not claim to even to always be correct in the things that we say. All
Erica
the things
is.
that we say are
I ain't
open
saying that.
to grow and evolve over
Not
time.
Erica's.
And I want everyone to know that we have our beliefs and our values, and as we grow, learn, and politicize ourselves further with deeper education, experiences, and community, then our analysis may change on different subjects and topics. Little disclaimer, because SMC came to help you, but we are not your savior.
We are not your savior.
Yeah, I really that disclaimer, helps me breathe a little bit more, and also I want to invite us to also be as sharp as we can. So
That
the
was pretty
words we
sharp.
say matter.
I was pretty
Agent
right.
is a strong word.
So what does it say when you look
It says
up?
people are like worried about her relationship with them, but agent is implies something a
provocateur.
little bit different. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
We
That's
use
all I'm saying.
provocateur.
That's all I'm
Can
saying.
Did
you
we
take a
land the
deep-
vocabulary?
Can you take a deep breath and say I was right?
No, I'm not gonna say that. Why would I do that? What?
You
No.
said you was breathing. I just wanted to see.
I'm breathing, but that don't mean I agree with you.
Erica,
All
how
right.
have you
You
been?
just
Erica?
read the facts.
I have been well.
Okay.
I'm
Tell us.
seeing the goodness of God in the land of the living. That's good. Yeah, we had a really long week. I'm interested in Mike, how you doing? I see you got a new piece in your mouth. A few, 4 or 6.
Some corners, little corners. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
I see you.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well.
I feel to be 35.
Wow.
What's wrong with being 35? Embrace it.
It's fine.
We're all 35 at the same time for a few months.
I'm
Yay.
trying to walk. I'm
Collective
trying to
high five.
walk us into this segment, and you keep pulling us out of it. Okay, so this
You
is
asked
a
me how I was doing.
personal. It's personal updates.
I know that's why. Okay.
And I asked you, and then you deflected. But it's okay.
'Cause I was
We're
trying to be
we
in
gonna make it.
conversation.
It's a brunch cast today. We got donuts. We got orange juice. We got a lot going on
We
right
got
now.
muffins
Yeah, it's okay.
and chai tea.
So Erica, any personal updates that you would like to share?
Well, I don't really. I mean, I gave my personal update of last week. I had a great birthday. Thank you to folks who
This
threw me a
girl
birthday
is
party.
dying to talk about her birthday.
I'm sorry, my birthday's so important. It is the
birthday all
best day
month,
of
all
the
the
year.
next two- the
Yeah,
next
my
2 months.
birthday doesn't. It's from like October 23rd.
Tell us
to
about it. How did it feel?
November 22nd, I think. It felt great. I was really worried, and I think maybe we shared in that. And maybe I'm not. I don't want to say that you felt a way that you didn't. But so just please jump in. I was worried going into 35, like, oh my God, where am I? Where am I gonna be? Am I where I want to be in life? Maybe not. And then I went on a mountain in Georgia. And at the top of that mountain, that's when I was like, actually, I think I'm going to be okay. It was a mountain. It was a retreat in the mountains. I said I was going to go. I will say people were thinking about me. I know that because I had work to do. So next time I say don't think about me, please don't, because then I can actually be off. But yeah, that's my update. I've been really chilling, going at the speed of love, which sometimes is fast, sometimes it's slow.
So you came back with the 10 Commandments.
Actually, I came back for the 10 Commandments for my life, which was good. I'm gonna write them down.
I thought we were supposed to be on Community. How you gonna come back with
But I was gonna say,
10 Commandments for
you
me?
gotta heal too, because I think another piece of what you said for your disclaimer is like sometimes your ideas, how you see the world may shift as you heal too. Yeah. So again, I want to ask Mike another question. Back to you. How does it feel moving into being 35?
I'm a timeless being that exists outside of the ramifications
Nah,
of
for real.
space and
Fifth
time.
dimension.
And I think I think I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I feel great. I also would like to share my updates that are not birthday related. But
I'm happy birthday to Mike again. I know it's not birthday related, but
all right, we gonna. I see what today's finna be. Y'all, please bear with us. Please bear with us today. We're struggling.
I like your print today too.
You know what? Thank you.
That's new,
Erica.
I never seen nothing like that in my life. The Dickies with the snake print.
That's lit.
That's lit. Yeah. Send us the link. He gonna link it in this. You gonna link it. That's what they be doing on YouTube.
What's in your cup? Is it coffee? Like what? What's happening right now?
Nothing. Dang, I can't compliment your shirt.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, dang. Okay, go.
All right. I done lost my whole train of thought. Jamel, what's your personal update? You got some personal updates?
No, go back.
No. You're not driving this boat any longer.
Right, I'm off the boat. I'm on the ship, but I'm not driving.
You in the back, for sure. You in the back. Jesus Christ.
You're real heavy in here, you know what I'm saying? I mean, as Christmas and Thanksgiving approach, just trying to make sure I'm good with all my family so I can show up to all the meals.
Oh, so you are like repairing relationships or just like, just letting them evolve? You said make sure I'm good, so it kind of suggested
I'm just
maybe.
FaceTiming cousins, just making sure everybody good and copacetic, so I'm included on the Thanksgiving plans.
So you checking in with them?
Yes, because what my family would do is they'd just tell you day of, hey, we out cooking over here at 1 o'clock.
Oh, dang.
You get the I forgot about you miss.
So I did get the invite to yours.
No.
You said I did yesterday.
I'm going to send it right now live.
I'm retracting mine too.
On the mic.
I'm showing up.
No, you cannot.
It's a wrap.
On Thanksgiving.
What?
You blew it.
Nope. I'll just wait. You know you welcome.
Thank you.
I'm not.
I'm still coming. I don't care.
So Thanksgiving and Christmas, my family been doing like a 35-year tradition of Christmas breakfast. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
nice. Is it gonna be at your house this year?
No. I think it's gonna be on my sister's house. It's usually a pretty good time, and it's a whole lot of folks because I got a big family.
Because y'all have Christmas breakfast, and then y'all have dinner.
Right.
Like, it's a lot. And then, because you invite your friends, so I'll be there for breakfast, and then Mike will be there at dinner, and we'll miss each other because they be eating the whole day.
They also got brunch, too, now, so some of those meals.
They got 3 meals.
3 meals, bro. Chilling all day.
So that's your update. You checking in with your family?
Yeah, that's my update. And then my other one is I'm number 1 in my fantasy football, so.
Are you? You
dropping
winning?
folks off.
You
Yes,
beat
sir.
folks?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to do it next year so I can beat
I
you.
beat Brandon last week.
I still don't understand it. That's why I ain't did it.
You probably would really like fantasy football.
For real? Okay, maybe. I'll try it.
Yeah.
I just know I'm going for Russell Wilson, Jalen Hurts, and Baltimore.
What you think about Russell Wilson?
Sierra's husband? I like Sierra's husband because I like that he's Sierra's husband. That's probably my favorite thing.
Any other thoughts?
No. What other thoughts would I have?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I mean, is he winning right now? I haven't checked.
No, he's not winning.
Well, he won one game that I saw.
Nah, he's not winning. No, he's not winning.
Oh, well.
He has a tough life.
What? He's winning because he got Sierra and like 8 kids with him.
He's winning in life.
He winning in life.
Okay.
And he getting a check from whoever he played with, the Broncos right now. Somebody else.
Anytime you Jay-Z punchline.
He and Jay-Z punchline?
Yeah. Anytime Jay-Z.
No, that was at Future. That wasn't at Russell Wilson.
Anytime Jay-Z even get close to you, it might be a little bit of L.
He was actually up in Russell Wilson and saying Future, I don't want to be like Future. If I remember the line, is it 2 lines or is it 1? Because the line I say, he was like, somebody else throwing footballs with your son. Ain't the line somewhere like that?
Yes.
Exactly. So I think he was up in him saying, thank you for taking care of future kids.
The baby's name is also Future, so it's gonna be tough.
Well, my life has been going pretty good lately. I think
you went to Atlanta and you learned how to stitch.
Erica, what would you like for me to talk about, Erica? No, let's do it. Okay, yeah. I went to my homeboy's got a rug company. Yeah, they have like these classes where you can make rugs. The toughest guy in town is the Instagram.
Oh, that's
hard.
Because it's a tufting gun is what it's called. Like you put like this frame up with like the outline of your design and you like create a rug with it. And I did that. I went to Atlanta. You know, my car went in the shop. Damn. It's all good. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm just getting ready for the winter time. You know, all my off-road 4-wheel drivers out there. Just got to get everything looked at, make sure it's cool. So they gave me a little free rental. So I was like, you know what? Instead of putting these miles on my car, these miles on their car. So I went down there. I took their rug class. I made some music. Went to kick it with the homies. It was good time.
That's what's
Fun little Atlanta trip. Got a grill.
Ooh, is that where you got the new?
The corners? Yeah.
Oh, bet. Can I ask you something?
Please.
How do you get a grill? Do you go get sized? Is that what happens?
You get sized?
Like you have to get the
She has no
implant?
idea these is real questions.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, these
Because
is
some
real
people may
quick.
not
Some
know.
people don't know. Yeah.
Some people don't know. Some people are among us. This is the thing. They put a little mold. They get a mold. You ever like went to the dentist and they have that
Yeah.
thing that you have that's like you bite down on it and it's got
Yeah.
like a chemical in it that like kind of foams up around your mouth.
Yeah.
Similar type experience. You do that. They put it in. You bite down on it. You hold it there. It kind of like dries. They take it out, and that's what they call your mold.
Oh, okay.
Right? So it's kind of like a shape of all your teeth. And then you tell them what design you want, which teeth you want to get, da-da-da-da. And then they just, they cast it to metal, and there you go.
Oh, that's fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I had one more question. Where's the rug that you made?
In my house?
Oh, you got to bring it with you. Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So you pick it up the next morning. So you
Oh.
take the class. It was like a mom and her daughter in there when I was there too.
Yeah.
Like they was making their own rugs. It would be a really fun thing for like
thinking about
our
that.
youth assembly. I was thinking about that, but it's just like it can get very loud if it's a lot of people making rugs. But I would love to do that with the youth assembly. And yeah, the next morning they basically like they have to like shave it down and like put a backing on it. You just come in the morning, pick it up, take it with you.
That's
That
really
sound
cool.
fire.
That's actually super cool.
It's fire,
That's
yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Word. So okay, we're gonna push ahead. Now this could go a few different ways. I'm gonna let y'all pick. We can either do this day in history, or we can jump right into conspiracy theories. What y'all want to do?
I got a pretty good day in history if we.
I got one too.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead, Jamel.
So we talk about this often, right? Being from Nashville, one thing that we're not taught in school is about our position in the civil rights movement.
Yeah. No, I
The
never knew.
The next level of that is how we affected other southern cities, right? Because you can imagine the students take on segregation starting in February of '60. By March of '60, they already done desegregated lunch counters, and now they doing movie theaters and stuff like that. So on November 17th, '61, another group of students, inspired by the Nashville students, start doing the same thing in Georgia, Albany, Georgia.
Okay.
So they call it the Albany movement. The only difference is they didn't do it by public accommodation one at a time. They did all of them in one time.
They did all the places.
All the places. So think about a city. So they not only had a sit-in, they had a sit-in at lunch counters,
Oh, whoa.
bus boycotts, movie boycotts, anything that was segregated.
Oh, they
They
went
flooded.
in everything. It was like a blitz.
Yep.
Oh, whoa.
Yep. That's what we get the organizing blitz from is them.
This in 61.
This in
Oh, my
'61.
goodness.
So it lasted 6 months. So they blitzed everything for 6 months.
Yeah.
By the end of 6 months, Albany, Georgia was desegregated.
Really?
They just
Wow.
threw as many
And who
numbers
was
at as
involved?
possible.
Was it like students?
Student nonviolent. The Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, the chapter had started, and I can't remember what university in Albany. It had started a year prior, so they had been working up for a year
to organize
base
it.
building numbers.
Okay, yeah.
So on '61, so on November 17th, 1961, it starts with a mass meeting at this church in Albany called Old Mount Zion Baptist. And from that mass meeting, they talk about a strategy and they start flooding things immediately.
What made them choose November? Do you know? Was it just like, was it intentional, or was it just like that's what when we were ready, when they were ready?
I got a feeling it had something to do with the them getting out of school. They're about to leave. You know what I'm
to
saying?
go
They
back
about to
home.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
for the semester.
so I got a feeling it got something to do with that, but it doesn't. You never know why.
What college is there? Is it
I'm not
Albany
sure.
State?
But it's yes.
I think it's Albany.
So it was students from all over Georgia. I do
Yeah.
know that. But
Okay.
they when I say they flooded it, every place of public accommodation that was segregated had somebody in there
Okay, yeah.
doing something, trying to get it to desegregate.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Albany State, but I am interested because I'm interested. I'm curious on what colleges were involved in it, and then what I was learning, which is the same. I wonder if it's the same here, but in like Nashville and also in Mississippi, it was like college students, but also it was like they was getting people who they had met at church. It was students who were in high school and middle school in Nashville particularly, but also in other places throughout the South. I'm curious if it was the same in like Albany, Georgia too.
Yeah. One thing you also see is like how So over 2,000 students were arrested within 30 days. But they was arrested so fast that they was getting out, going back in. It was just overcrowded and everything.
That's what the civil rights activists who are with us in Nashville. That's what they would say. They would arrest us. We'll get out on bail and we'll just go right back. Yeah. And I was like, oh, you are being relentless. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So they flooded everything. And I mean, and what ended up, and what the traditional record would say is that it was a failed campaign. That's what the traditional record would say, because they didn't really get all the places desegregated, but they got a couple. So they had a few smaller wins, right? Also, the other things happened too. People started getting registered to vote. This was a different time. So they started getting concessions really fast. The concessions weren't the things that they wanted, but they got other things.
Right, which is interesting because it's also like when you think about your organizing plan, what goods you want. I didn't really think about it till now. It's like, also, what should we anticipate that we'll also get as a part of like the other piece of the campaign, to try to be like, we need you to not do this as much. And so I'm curious about. I guess that's just interesting to think about.
Yeah. Also, since these are what's interesting too is the amount of experience that this puts, because it's nothing like learning through a campaign. Like, you don't really know what to expect when you actually organizing to get a good until you start working on a campaign. So if all of these students, over 2,000 black students, have been doing the protest training, how to move in prisons, they've been doing all that, and they do it. Then when they get sent other places, they're gonna start doing the same thing there.
Yeah, and they have more data information when they go, because they've done it in another place.
Right.
Yeah, thank you for that. That's somebody I know. Where'd you find the information at?
Online.
Okay, bet.
My day in history, November 17th. We gotta send love. It's complex, but this is the day Young Dolph joined the Ancestors.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So we dedicating this episode to Young Dolph.
R.I.P. Flipper.
And it made me think of a question of, well, let me back up and say, this is another part of the reason why we gotta really figure out how to end gun violence in general. But it made me think about this question of, how do you want to be remembered, right? When you're not here no more, when it's your time to enter the ancestral plane, how do you want to be remembered?
Remember we was at the store and I said, when you find out I die, who's the first person you gonna call?
No, what? I don't remember when you said that.
I don't know you said this either.
What I do remember, let me tell you what I do remember. I do remember you saying, when I'm gone, y'all can't smile for 2 years. I do remember Erica saying that. Y'all can't be smiling in pictures.
I wouldn't hear no talking, no laughing, no smiling.
No joy.
Having a good time.
No joy in the streets.
I healed a little bit.
Okay.
The new things.
How much we got now? 6 months?
So no, this is the posture that I want people to have when I die. And I'm saying that now, but I think, death is a problem for the living. When you gone, you just like in a different realm, and I think there's more work for me to do. So call on me. I'll be there.
That's when we can think about you.
Yeah, you can think about me then. Like, come, look for me in the world when, as Marcus Garvey would say.
In the world.
Yeah, I think that I want my legacy to, is it legacy? Or what you say? What you want people to remember me
Just
for?
how do you want to be remembered?
Oh, I want to be remembered as somebody who was funny, who laughed, who got a good laugh in, who loved, really intentional about loving and exploring it and evolving, and then somebody who was like dedicated, devoted my life to movement and to fighting for people to have what they need to be whole and healthy. Like, that's my thing. Yeah, and I hope, somebody who was evolving, like always evolving.
And how do you think you're doing on that journey so far?
I feel good about it. I think that, I feel like that's what I want right now. It could change in like 2 years. I might be like, I want to be remembered for something else. But right now, that's where I'm situated. And I think I've been consistent in how I think about that for the last like 10 years. Because I think about my transition often, like not in like I want to, but just in like, what do I, like, what does my work look like? I remember meditating. I was like, because I was like, dang, I'm running out of time. And I was like, actually, no. Because like, my work can't stop when I die. Like, why would I have all this energy? Like, why would we have all this energy and power and force and then just be gone? So
Physics says energy is not created or destroyed.
It's just recycled.
Yeah.
so hit me up.
I do want to give.
Hit me up is a great.
Why don't you go on the slide? Dang.
What?
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Text me.
I will say that was a better answer than Mike Tyson. A kid has to.
Oh my God. Mike Tyson was like legacy. That's just another word for ego. Your daddy just done. It's gone. It's over. I said, God.
Actually,
No, he was being interviewed by a child.
no, like she was like 10, and she was like, I never thought about it like that.
He just scared the child.
But I'm rocking with it. I think you got to talk to kids the same way you talk to adults. I don't think you can baby them too much. I don't think you say crazy stuff to them. But I think you do gotta be real with kids.
Be honest
Yeah.
and genuine.
This is what I really think.
Yeah, but you can do that in a way that recognizes their
they're a
brain
child.
development and their youthfulness.
Or you could do it like Mike Tyson did it
No,
and traumatize them.
I didn't think she was traumatized. She probably was like,
He just said a
all
lot
right,
of crazy.
old man. Like, all right, man. Okay.
You're really killing my clip right now.
Yeah, no.
So you did way better than that.
So how you...
I think about legacy a lot, especially when I'm around the young folks at the youth assembly piece, and I'm just like, at its simplest form, what I want to be remembered for is winning.
That's real.
I want to be
And
remembered for,
W's.
in any sort of way. I don't care what it is. It could be winning in life. It could be winning an argument. It could be winning a spades game. I don't care. Remember me.
We need
for
some
winning.
wins. We need some wins.
Remember me for winning daily.
We need to win, bro.
That's
You
what
don't
I
want
want.
to be a loser.
No, I do not want to be a loser. I want to be a winner. And like also like all that comes with that, the lessons, the re-strategizing, the tactics. Also,
The personal transformation, how's that feel?
Right.
Like, do you think that's a part of winning?
absolutely.
Personal transformation.
I think it's a part of winning, especially when it comes to winning over time. That's why I'm saying like I want to win over time, because the games change. And if you're stuck in your ways and you still playing the same game that you played before, then you're gonna lose.
That's real.
That's what makes like athletes that have played across generations, to me, like so brilliant. Like LeBron has to be brilliant. The NBA that he came into, that rim running, don't work in the 3-point shooting one.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think like for me, I think that consistent transformation is perfect. And then also I want to be a person that people remember for teaching others. You know what I'm saying?
You're a great teacher.
I wouldn't even be, and I thought about this too. I wouldn't even mind not being remembered personally. I would kind of rather be remembered through lessons.
That's
Somebody doing something, they ain't got no idea where they got this from. And it's just something that I do that I don't even know I do.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even mind being remembered like that, because I think that's how we live forever. It's through people's memories, thoughts, behaviors.
We got to make sure the earth keeps being here. So, really got to address this climate crisis.
Can't wait to get to my conspiracy, boy.
Climate crisis.
Yes, sir. Can't
Yeah,
wait to get to my
I mean,
conspiracy.
Elon Musk is really trying to do away with the earth.
Ask me the question.
Erica did
Let's
not
get back.
want-
Let's get back
How
on.
you want to be remembered?
Let's get back on script.
How you want to be remembered?
I think, as for me, one of the things that I always admired about the way people remember Tupac is that the complexities of who he was. Right? He was. You get one day you may get, something that's actually harmful and wild and like just all emotion and passion, and the next day you may get a very clear, sound, revolutionary thought. I think the complexities of who we are is very important, because a lot of times we kind of pigeonhole folks into this one little box, and then over the course of history we begin to romanticize that figure, and we don't understand the complexities of what exists around them.
No, for
so
real.
I just hope people kind of like remember me for like, a more complete picture, which it may only be like my family members or whoever it is that may feel that I had any impact on their life, but just to understand it's like, this is not a perfect person. This is somebody who's experiencing life in real time and doing the best they can with what they had. And I also I do want to be remembered for like great art.
Yeah.
I want to make really, really great art and like stuff that helps people understand themselves and the world around them better, and gives them that like, art help us get through days that are very hard to get through. So I want to leave that behind too.
What do you think if you had to choose, what would be like a physical manifestation of your legacy, ideally?
Probably kids.
Kids.
Yeah.
I have a question. You say you want people to remember you as like a complex person. How are you? How are people going to be able to know that? Like, are you like, is it through your music? Is it through like stories that they get from people around you? Like,
I think it's all of those things, and I think it's just being honest day to day,
Yeah.
and not acting like you got it all figured out. I think it's just kind of like taking each thing one day at a time, like everybody else is, and not pretending it's anything other than that. I think it's the music. I think it's the organizing work. I think it's my relationship with my family and my friends. I think it's all of those things.
but so then I'm curious. How do you reflect when it's like, I went through my day. Maybe something felt right, or it felt great, or if something felt wrong. How do you reflect on a thing and then come back with either a lesson or, hey, I actually want to repeat these steps? Like, what does your reflection look like? Personal reflection.
Like sitting and thinking.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Like, is it journaling? Is it like actually have to process?
Journal, right?
Is it processing with my therapy? Like, what are the things that help you reflect? Is it reading? Sometimes reading helps me.
I can tell you what helped me reflect. FaceTimes with my brother helped me reflect because he always gonna keep it real. And I'm always gonna be introducing somebody that I don't know while I'm on FaceTime with him. Like, bro, why you always around somebody when I FaceTime you? 2, I usually be hollering at my mama, North Nashville legend, so she keeps me grounded. And then 3, sometimes I just need to have a coaching session with my therapist on how I'm gonna get back at people that got me messed up. Those are the 3 things I do. Those are the 3 things I do.
Bro, having a war council with the therapist.
Yes, sir. It makes me feel very peaceful and grounded.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, you getting what you need.
That's how you supposed to be. You supposed to be honest with your therapist.
That's real, actually.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I can't say I reflect as much as I should, maybe. I think a lot of times, like, my reflection happens in the form of art creation, in the form of, like, making things. But also, I started therapy recently. I've only had a few sessions, so it's mostly just intake. But I started therapy. I've contradicted one of my favorite songs I've made. But
You did say that.
I said I wasn't going to therapy in one of my favorite songs, and here I am. But I'm only going to try it out, Y'all suggested I should try it, see what's up. So I'll try it out.
Thank you. I
We'll
appreciate
see.
that. That's real.
Yeah.
What gender and what race is there?
That's
Older
crazy.
black woman.
Oh, yes.
Older black woman every
yes.
time.
Every
Every time. I gotta
time.
feel I'm talking to my grandma.
No, I
that's
feel
real.
you.
Yeah.
That's real.
I feel you.
Yeah.
For me, I gotta feel like I'm talking to like one of my siblings, and my siblings span such a wide age range that they can be any black woman older than me.
That's real.
But I like my therapist because my therapist is a coach.
Yeah, she's actually a therapist and a coach.
Right. So I'm cool with. I be cool with. I don't want to be too emotion heavy. I want to be more like actual practicing, utilization, operational.
I be doing all of that.
I'm trying to get operational. What I need to do right here.
So, like, is a part of your operational processing your emotions?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, and then you go into like strategy.
Yeah, like what we gonna do about this?
Okay. That's real.
I'm
That's
doing a
helpful.
landscape analysis first. Then I'm creating a strategy, and then we developing tactics.
How we gonna address the ops?
Yeah,
Is
no,
it
for
a
real.
landscape of why you feel a certain way.
Oh yeah.
Internal landscape.
Yeah,
too?
we bringing all that up.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great.
We settle the emotion, and then we talk about what we gonna do in actuality.
Okay. Yeah.
How you reflect, Erica?
I think journaling, reading,
Gospel music, stop playing.
music, church, my therapist. Then I think sometimes talking to friends would be helpful. Like if I feel like, ooh, maybe the interaction I had with a person didn't go the way I hoped it would, or I didn't anticipate it, then I would, if I can, I'll talk to them and be like, hey, what happened? And I think that I've been really appreciating the folks who have allowed me to be in that space. And then, community circles help me reflect too when people be like, hey, need you to transform in this way.
Tighten up.
Yeah, tighten up. So yeah. It's been helpful.
Word.
Sure.
All right. My favorite segment. Conspiracy theories.
Yeah, sir.
Jamil, I know you're sitting on one.
Oh yeah. No.
What you got for
and
us?
This might be fourth dimensional. So this is a reason why a certain conspiracy theory is popular.
Okay.
I thought about
Okay.
this because what I was gonna walk in here and say, my conspiracy theory is that that the powers that be can actually control the weather. Like large scale corporations actually have the
Weather
ability
machine.
to control the weather.
Yeah, I like it.
But then I came across some other articles. Then I thought to myself, why would most people hold this theory? Why would most people actually believe that the United States government can control weather? It's to prevent you from thinking that you need to do something about climate control. Yeah. So then I thought it's actually fossil fuel companies that are pushing the idea that they can control the weather, because they're gonna make you think.
You went around.
Yeah, no, you're going crazy. You're going crazy.
Ain't that crazy? Because they're gonna make you think at any time we can cool this mud back down.
Yeah.
So ignore the fire around you. Everything getting hot. But if you believe that I can just send up a drone and make it snow, then you're gonna be like, oh, okay, it's cool. I can keep driving whatever I want to drive.
Yeah.
We can keep mining coal. We can do all that stuff. It don't matter.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's a good
I
one.
can't prove
crazy
it,
with
but
that.
I
You
can't
went crazy
prove
with
it.
that.
I'm like, yo, like I know, because when I looked it up, they have done things like sent drones into the sky to shock clouds to make it rain.
What did it happen in there, like rain
It was
for
like- it was like
40 days?
It was like a
minute.
desert, like
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, somewhere Qatar.
Yeah.
It was somewhere it was a desert and rain for like 40 days.
Yeah.
But I'm like, we know that oftentimes the government bluff. I'm like, some of this is a bluff. So I wouldn't be surprised if like Exxon was like,
Just comes back to that.
yeah, it's just like, send out that word that we can control the weather. Send that word out.
I got one. So this is also being circulated, and I believe it. I'm back with the aliens. I'm back.
Okay.
Lauren Boebert, Congresswoman in Colorado, she said that the aliens is in the deep sea, bottom of the ocean. And she was talking on record about, hey, we trying to find out what's going on with them aliens at the bottom of the ocean. Because they finding stuff. They keep finding stuff. They keep saying we finding all of these extraterrestrial aircrafts, all of this stuff. But we can't really say it's alien. We just don't know where it's from or where it's created. But they saying the real aliens, bottom of the ocean. That makes sense. You ever seen one of them documentaries and it'll be like a glow-in-the-dark looking jellyfish, but it kind of looks like an octopus, and it's just down there at the bottom of the ocean. Nothing else can even exist down there. Wouldn't that be the best place to hide?
Do you think that it's aliens like just in the bottom of the ocean, or some of the aliens are in the bottom of the ocean and other aliens are across the universe?
That's an excellent question, Erica. I'm so happy you asked.
Okay.
I think they're all in the bottom of the ocean. I think all of them, because if you think about deep space, it's very cold, right? And if they came here and they were on the surface of the earth, they wouldn't want to be here, right? They would want to be somewhere that's very cold, dark,
Makes sense.
not a lot of light in the deep space, unless you're close to a major star.
So you don't think it's other living beings in other parts of the Milky Way outside of just Earth?
No, I'm saying the aliens that's here.
I
think they're at the bottom
so you
of
don't
the
think
ocean.
they're walking around here?
Nah, I don't think they're walking on the surface of the earth.
Got you. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, that's helpful. I can see that.
Now, if you keep going into this conspiracy theory, because I have went down this rabbit hole before, what then you will find is people saying like the bottom of the ocean is outer space.
Oh yeah.
So you don't really go up, you really go down.
It's a black hole in the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah, it's like the ocean is so vast that when that like aliens live in space, and that space is because the ocean is so unexplored and so vast.
Yeah, we don't know
But
nothing
if you
about
went
it.
around the Earth, could you just go back into the ocean?
See, that's what
If
I'm
the
saying.
Earth was flat.
You start. We live on a floating island.
We're gonna ask Kyrie. Erica, what's your conspiracy theory?
I think well, mine is wild. I think that, this huge like indoctrination in the brunch was meant to take us away from the black church. We need to get back to praising the Lord.
I can see that though.
How did this happen? How did this happen?
I can
When
see
did
that.
brunch start?
I don't know.
When did it start?
Brunch been going for a little minute.
For maybe 10 years.
I do remember them started
It
talking
wasn't
about
when
it.
I was in college or like, what is that? What, law school? So it had to be like after 2016.
The same people that invented brunch invented the Chelsea boot
And the turtleneck?
and the turtleneck.
It is. That's
They had all these leftover Chelsea boots that wasn't selling.
So now we have to ask
We
why.
got to create an event where this will be appropriate to wear.
And it's brunch. It's the same people who designed the grass on the wall. It's the same people. So we got to ask ourselves why.
And then people invest a lot in Airbnbs.
That's
how you know it's
is fact.
Airbnb. You got grass on the wall.
Thing, but I'm like, y'all, at least go to 8:15 service. You know
go to
what I
the
mean?
morning.
You gonna go
That's
to
too
brunch.
early. That's too early. We was out all night. We was out all night.
If you out all night, you don't need to go to brunch.
But look, I see what you're saying because they wearing church clothes.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
They wearing church clothes to
Yeah,
the brunch.
you might as well go to church. Pull up.
It was the devil for real. He trying to get us out of church.
Yeah, and we need to go back. I know we got church hurt. You know, I want us to heal. So it's different kind of churches now, for real. For real.
yeah.
It's different kind.
Yeah.
It's time. We got to get back to praising.
And the white churches, they drinking beer in there.
They do got coffee. So I don't know if they got.
They got the
beer, man.
brews in church.
They no got,
I seen it.
They got the Starbucks.
They got a
the
keg
church.
in the back with the coffee.
No, they don't.
Look, I'm just keeping it in the hunt.
That's crazy.
I follow all the stuff online because I just be interested in what's going on because it's different kind of church culture. It's like it is the coffee. We got coffee at church group, and there's the old, it's the old school. Then you got the Methodist. I went to 2 church services. I went to 8:15 in Mount Zion, 10 o'clock at Greater Bethel. I'm looking for breakthrough, and I invite other folks to join me.
Erica been looking for a break.
Looking for one. Looking for one.
I think all of us looking for it, and it's not at brunch.
It's not a brunch.
It might be.
It might be actually. It could be at
Lord.
brunch.
It might be.
It could be.
This how it work?
It could be at the bottomless
The
mimosas.
greatest
I don't
trick
know.
of the devil.
I don't. You right though.
It's at the bottom. It's at the bottom of the bottom.
Bring me back. Bring me back, Jamel. Bring me back.
It is at the bottom of the bottomless mimosa.
The bottomless mimosa is the new well
Oh, that's crazy.
that you'll never thirst again.
Oh my God, no. And
Y'all
that's the
getting-
problem.
Y'all getting blasphemous.
We gotta come
Y'all
back.
getting blasphemous
Come
in
back.
here, bro.
Come back. At least go to 8:15, y'all.
8:15 too early. I can't
Nah,
do
that's my conspiracy.
that. Okay, I think
do.
you're right.
I think
I
it
can
could
see
be,
that.
but along with all the other reasons that people don't go to church,
Yeah,
because there are a
What's
number of
next? Give me a
reasons.
few.
Sometimes churches be homophobic,
They be
real.
judgy.
transphobic,
Sometimes they be wilding.
sexist, misogynistic.
They
Yeah.
be wilding in there.
Sometimes they preach so much about sin, not about like support and care and healing and like mental health. Yeah, and so I think if that was your relationship, then I can see why people was like, I'm gonna go to brunch in the game. Yeah, I mean I can see why.
Tomorrow, we ain't in here talking about nothing anyway.
Right, might as well go.
Might
to
as well go
But I
have fun.
think-
Might as well get
Yeah.
something to eat.
But there are like, and there are other churches. Thankfully,
Yeah.
I grew up in churches that were not that, and so,
Same.
yeah, I invite folks to explore that.
That's what's up.
What they feel like.
We need to have a whole podcast about growing up in church.
Yes, for real.
That's gonna
'Cause
be-
We got different experiences.
Oh, I got experience.
They gotta have a pastor on it though.
A what?
A pastor.
For real? Why you say that?
It might be actually.
Bring
good.
Davey on here.
Or Aaron
yeah.
or
Oh,
Bishop
yeah, both.
Marble.
Because people like they studied like both the theology of it and also the practice of it, which I guess is I was starting to understand the difference between divinity school and theology school, which is yeah.
The reason why I say Bishop Marble might be good is because he also grew up in church and he became a bishop. So it's like,
That's
okay,
real.
Yeah, yeah.
there's a spectrum
There's
of
a difference.
activity.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
Yeah, you would.
I went to brunch.
You were professional.
Okay, that's real.
Speaking of Bishop Marble, shout out to Jefferson Street Missionary Baptist
Oh,
Church.
yeah,
We
yeah.
just had our varsity spin and playing town hall
Hosted
this
by young
past
folks.
weekend, hosted by the Youth Assembly.
Yes, amazing work.
It was incredible work. Shout out
Yeah.
to Jamel with the speeches, getting the young folks
No,
prepared.
they were so
Lord
good.
Jesus.
They
Look,
were so
that
good.
was fire. What y'all think about it?
I think it was so good. They were ushers, and they were on their
Greeters,
job.
yeah.
They were greeters signing people in.
I need to double check
handing
that, too.
out wristbands. They gave like 2-minute speeches each. So it was really, really
Poems.
good. They facilitated the panels. It was amazing. Like I'm so proud of our young people. I can't wait to see like what their next project is. But they've been working, and then they also be like recruiting and moving their peers.
Uh-oh, hold on. We got Lee in the building.
Hey!
Clap it up for Lee. We got Lee in the building.
But I thought it was. Shout out to Lee. Thank you.
We here at Archive South recording the Get the Goods podcast.
Get the goods, bro.
Unless we change it again. But yeah, shout out to Lee.
Might
Just
change
pulled
tomorrow.
up on us. You good, bro? Okay,
That's
cool.
good. Oh, thank you.
What was on the agenda at the town hall?
So it's the Get the Goods podcast. So one way we get the goods is through campaigns. So we use town halls to monitor what's happening with the campaign. So we really use the town hall to talk about like what's happening with the varsity spending plan, what's the next steps, kind of set the agenda, especially as we go into budget season next semester. So we had 2 panels. What was do you remember what the first panel?
The first one was focused on just the updates on the off-sea safety, and the second one was on like collaboration to address harm and gun violence and the issues young people are facing in Nashville.
Which was great. And the first panel was Erica Perry, our own, and then we had Brittany Irby from the mayor's office, and we also had juvenile law clerk.
Juvenile clerk. I know. It's because you study juvenile law.
Lionel Matthews. He was also on there. Whole lot of TSU in the building.
Whole lot of TSU. Whole lot of Big Blue.
And they had an excellent panel just talking about what's coming up next with the Office of Youth Safety, which is the first of its kind in the country. Yeah. And then we had another panel right after that with Terry Vo. We had Anthony Hall on there, and we also had Travis Claybrooks. We had Travis Claybrooks from Rafah Institute. Give a lot of great information. And one of the greatest things that I got out of that panel was Travis' definition of conflict versus harm.
That's so good.
And he kind of defined it, I'm paraphrasing, but he defined it as conflict is if me and Jamel got the same amount of power, right? Me and Jamel I want gray microphones, Jamel want black microphones.
Yep.
We got the same amount of power, and we just don't see eye to eye, right? We disagree on something. Harm is when someone is exercising power over someone that they did not consent to. So it's like if he used a reference of somebody stealing a car. If I steal your car, now I've taken something from you. I've taken some level of autonomy, physical safety, a mental health component that's there as well. I've taken that without your permission. And I was like, a lot of times we confuse conflict and harm.
No, for real.
Because conflict is always going to happen. Conflict done happened on this podcast a few times.
It's inevitable.
40 minutes.
Yeah, man.
So,
like, what time is it?
But ain't no harm going on, right? There's a difference there. So I think that was really powerful, and we got the whole stream on YouTube.
No, for real. I think one thing we didn't get a chance to tease out, and I think we do have to have this conversation about restorative justice and its limitations, is like what that made me think about is like when institutions do harm. Like when we talk about restorative justice, we're really talking about person to person. It's really hard to restore a relationship with a whole institution. That's been harming you, and I think that's the way.
Also, the harm has to stop. That's why the institution is hard to have restorative justice with. But a part of reparations is to like stop. You have to stop the harm.
The thing.
Yeah, and so that's why so many like institutions are not rocking with it because they're like, we don't want to stop what we're doing.
We don't want to stop.
And it's about fixing the imbalance.
Right.
And capitalism does not want to fix the imbalance.
Yeah. Nah.
They want it to be imbalanced. I need somebody at the top and somebody at the bottom.
Yeah.
Which is why I was also coming up thinking about like the complexity of it where, okay, let's say I then go in hypothetical situation. I go and rob a bank, whatever. Let's say there's big bank A.
Yeah.
They've been drug trafficking, doing all kind of stuff behind the scenes, destroying my community, whatever. So I said, you know what, I'm going to go take their resources in order to put a stop to that. That's actually trying to correct the imbalance of power that's being exerted over this group systemically. Right. But it's hard to say, is stealing wrong? You know, that's an oversimplification when you paint it in that context.
Because the other thing I was thinking about is how it's happened, because things are so woven together. Like if the bank teller, that person is gonna be, you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
You got the people who work in there, the people who are maybe in there. Which is why.
Yeah, it's a deeper conversation.
I mean,
but it's interesting though.
No, and I think Kwame Ture kind of talks about this too, especially when the capitalism speech that we were listening to. Yeah, I think that's what he's kind of getting to when he's like, if you understand capitalism, you're gonna understand revolution is inevitable. Like complete transformation has to happen. Like in that circumstance, we need a complete transformation of society. Yeah. Like that has to happen.
Even just taking that doesn't stop them because they got capital. Because you got the money in that bank. You didn't get the money.
Exactly.
The rest of the big banks.
You didn't end the relationship.
Yeah. So it's like that one act doesn't actually address the totality of like, or shift. It doesn't even balance out the power. Because they're like, we still got power over you.
Yeah. And actually, we're going to ramp it up even more as a response.
And we have a reason to now. We more turn. Cameras everywhere.
We can justify it. Yeah. So it's interesting. It's just an interesting concept. But we had the town hall this past weekend. We also had our convening. We brought in people from around the country, some of the most brilliant minds from around the country to help build the model for the Office of Youth Safety. How y'all think that went?
I think it went well. There was a lot of good folks in the room.
Yeah, it was great. I think the recap video tells a really good story of like how we brought people together, the conversations we had. And I think I was just most grateful for what folks put in, and then also the feedback that folks gave on day 2. It just really shows that people are committed from different parts of like, you know, from nonprofits to different system actors to even like, you know, folks who we work with across the country to parents and students. Like students came through, you know, got out of school, came pulled up to like really building out something together. And I think that's the genius and beauty of what we're doing is like this is the process matters also. Like how we do it matters. How we do it is a form of like building community and safety work and practicing like governance and democracy. And I think that's really, really important.
Yeah, and if I can add just like this one piece, I think the having that many folks in the room, like trying to figure something out, is also like just a good moment to have.
Yeah.
Having all those folks just trying to like we're gonna try to make this thing work in the best possible way it can. I think that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It was a good moment.
Yeah. What did you think?
Man, I think it was great. I thought y'all two's leadership was definitely reflected in the moment. So big up to both of y'all. But just being able to understand that level of information. Like so many people are coming with all of these ideas
a lot of information.
and all of these experiences, and different things can work in different times in different places.
Yeah.
And there's like when you're building something that does not exist, there kind of oftentimes is no right or wrong answer as long as it's within the ramifications of your politics. So it was just interesting to figure out how do we come up with like the most effective thing for how we're positioned in this moment.
What do y'all think our experience with doing the assemblies played into how well the convening went?
Oh yeah, I think that's a big part, like how we facilitate like large group conversations and make decisions together.
Yeah.
I think that played a huge part in it.
Yeah, and one thing about the assembly is that I'm still learning is it's a body that really builds consensus. Like you're voting. Some people's stuff not gonna make it up to the top.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But because everybody's involved in the process, I ain't never seen somebody kind of be mad that they thing wasn't at the top.
And because we vote many times, so at one point your thing might win. You know
but there's
what I mean?
also a general agreement, like, oh yeah, these 5 things, we do need to fix them.
I
You know
see
what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah.
And oftentimes with the voting, it's not. Normally the ideas people are coming with is not like something that doesn't make sense. It's just like where on the timeline does this exist?
Yeah.
Is this the first thing we should approach? Is this the 5th thing we should approach?
Yeah.
And that's kind of I think why people be comfortable like actually we got to prioritize what we can effectively achieve.
Right.
Yeah, because I think the convening was almost like the type of assembly that's I was researching. It's like a convergence assembly. It's where you take everybody kind of working on something similar at a high level, and then you assemble those folks to create the assembly. Which I think was interesting because I think one reason why we was getting a lot of information is because so many people in the room had such great experience with pieces of the puzzle.
Areas. You're so right.
So I was curious about that because I'm like, I don't know if we could have done that without all them successful assemblies. Without those experiences.
Yeah, and okay, so we finna wrap it up if that's okay with Erica.
Absolutely.
You know, I gotta check with you because
No, you don't. This is your show.
Oh no.
no, it's not my show.
Don't fall for that, bro. You can't fall for that. You can't fall for this.
That's a
you can't
trap.
fall for this, boy.
That's a trap.
You can't fall for that, boy.
I learned my lesson. Y'all, people need to know that people they held me accountable after that last podcast.
Can't do it, bro.
So I've been transformed.
Can't do it, bro. You know when the person kind of playing the flute and the snake coming out of the bucket.
Yeah.
Do you think the snake know it's in a bucket? Or they just listen to the music? Because that's what Erica just charmed
That
you
just
into
went over my head. I don't know what that means.
It's the brunch drink.
It's the brunch. We gotta
praise the Lord.
defund brunch. All right, this one. Next steps. We got our turkey drive that's been underway. So if you want to volunteer for our turkey drive, we're giving out turkeys. This Saturday, November 23rd, over 300, just like last year. And we also have our community dinner coming up December 3rd. We're going to celebrate the young folks. You know, we got a youth assembly program where we have paid interns that learn community organizing, and they do campaigns to get the goods.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to be celebrating this new group of interns completing this semester on December 3rd. So all of this information and everything coming up we got going on with the organization can be found at oursmc.org. Any last thoughts from y'all?
What y'all having for brunch?
Huh?